afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, riveting, and amazing Propagandacast. Me, your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only master of propaganda. We're off here to an amazing 1 vs 1 on Nexus. In the east, it is Tiramisu, fighting here for the Wehrmacht, the German army. Deutschland taking on the role here of the 17th SS. Whereas in the west, it is Kimbo, fighting for America, freedom, democracy, taking on the role here of the 2nd Armored Division. We got defensive doctrine right away here from Tiramisu with Osthuben. Defensive fortifications, Stugis, Pack 43s, and Sector Artillery with Osthuben Panzer infantry bulletins. Versus Kimbo's recon support, mechanized, and airborne companies from the infantry, machine gun, and anti-tank gun. You got Pioneers heading north with the Osthuben, following up their aggressively for Tiramisu, skipping the infantry company, and basically just getting more troops out faster on the battlefield here, getting actually ahead here. So as you can see right now, we are but a few minutes into the game, and already there's 2 Osthuben squads, plus the MU-42 and a Pioneer squad versus Riesen's Riflemen. And this is kind of one of the strengths of Osthuben openings. You can just grab a lot of territory very fast compared to the opponents. This doesn't help in this case. The Kimbo's a bit slow getting out the 2nd Rifle squad, but even with that out, Tiramisu would still be significantly ahead just in the terms of like sheer numbers on the battlefield side of things. Also, as always, please remember to like, subscribe, and share, and press that bell button. Helps me and helps you. Also, a big thanks to Patrick for donating and supporting the mighty Propagandacast. And a big thanks to my patrons who also support me on a monthly basis and allow me to keep doing what I do as well. You're all a bunch of wonderful people. Riflemen setting out to you, heading straight for the northern fuel point M42 nearby though. Pioneers up north as well. The Riflemen quickly falling back as they found themselves on the receiving end of an MG42. Or at least they were about to. Kimbo here going for airborne. 3rd Osthuben squad out there for Tiramisu. Meanwhile, 3rd Rifle gone away there for Kimbo. We got here Osthuben as the Rifleman. Not a great situation for Rifle quickly closing on the Osthuben. Up close, the Rifleman will easily beat them, as there are plenty of DPS, and the Osthuben are particularly weak here to infantry fire. We got Pioneers with support. I mean, in theory, you might be able to assist there with the MP40s up close, but even then, it's going to be a close one. And there we go. Kimbo just backs off immediately. And as all this is going on, Kimbo is nice and peacefully securing the south here, with the intervention from the German army there. Osthuben setting out here, 4th Osthuben squad there for Tiramisu. The 17th SS, as a fun fact, was actually a, well, it was an SS Panzer division, mostly composed of ethnic Germans from Hungary, which actually had not received a lot of training. In fact, some parts of them received weeks of training. And then we've got finding here again, right, putting out against several Osthuben plus the MG42. They're rounding Hammered out in the opening, forced to fall back. And quickly routing back further and further in the south. They got Riesen's moving up there for Kimbo. Riflemen standing about here. Osthuben further here for Tiramisu and the German army. Bit of skirmishing here. Kimbo's going to need some heavier firepower here versus all of this. He needs to catch Tiramisu off guard, but Tiramisu so far is handling things reasonably well, keeping things working together, so they aren't easily just outmaneuvered and pushed off. Machine gun repositioning. Riesen's sort of trying to push for the south, but aren't being deflected here by Tiramisu's infantry. Riflemen here going for a deep flank outmaneuvering here. Tiramisu, in this sense, because while he certainly is concentrated, he is also then not able to watch all the parts of the map here, and Kimbo strikes swiftly for American freedom. We turned out here, might be seeing some fast vehicles here from Kimbo to put pressure on Tiramisu. Fast food could be a problem here for Tiramisu, and there we go, we got the take up there. 50 calibers could of course also prove to be a headache for Tiramisu and the 17th SS. Rifleman up against MB42, MB4 sitting up here, Pioneers up as well there. Rifleman out in the open, getting hammered here with MB42, and there you go. 1st squad suppressed, 2nd squad needs to get out of there. We go, full retreat here. Decides that engagement is not worth it. And the South Riesen's hanging about here by a, I don't know, transformer station or something like that. Up north here we got Rifleman versus the Osthuben squad. Close one there, but the Osthuben bag off. Probably the wisest move there. Push here southwards, going for the car punch, looking to surround any Americans in the southern area there, but also just cut off the resource. Very good, losing the northern resource. We got more swimming up though. Lieutenant moving in here. Grenades would be actually a pretty great upgrade for Kimbo. Could be chucked in amongst some of the Osthuben. Almost got the few of Osthuben actually charging in here. Willingly, that is, Tiramisu's willingly sacrificing. They're not willingly sacrificing themselves, but Tiramisu is willingly sacrificing them to get the few upon them in control. But there you go, Lieutenant holding off a nice flank here. Good work by Kimbo. 2nd Osthuben squad that's going to have to fall back as well. A lot of band forth here between the two sides. More pressure in the south. The Rifle squad running to the MG42. Nicest up there by Tiramisu. Kimbo there certainly taking some beatings in the process. And there you go, folks, down the Riesen's getting a wipe there. Quite a blow there to Kimbo. He's close to the Stuart light tank, and Tiramisu does not have any counters at the moment. He's got the light mechanized company being buildable, but he hasn't built it yet. We got Kimbo there with a 50 caliber to help deal with infantry. Also saves some manpower, so he can still have, say, hold up resources faster towards the Stuart light tank. So that's basically why Corps. Even could like technically build it. This is sort of cheaper for him. Also, Rierson scored out to replace the one that got unceremoniously killed there by the Germans that retreated. Northern fuel point secured. Southern one being claimed though by Tiramisu in return. Flanking up behind it with the lieutenant. Very good there. Lieutenant, a solid assault element thanks to his Thompson submachine gun. Plus, of course, the already strong M1 Garand rifle surrounding him. But the Thompson just adds that extra punch that makes the lieutenant a really formidable just one-on-one infantry unit and attack team. Stuart line taking over for Kimbo as very much expected. Tiramisu still doesn't have a light mechanized company. He still does not have any anti-tank weapons, meaning he's going to be in for some real trouble once the Stuart light tank hits. And here's that yeehaw as Kimbo sends his charging in there. Lieutenant here dealing with the Pioneers, getting up then Kimbo. Tiramisu there pushing his luck a bit much there. Lieutenant dealing with the Ostrom as well up close. Even with a bit the heavy cover deck not quite applying because heavy cover bonus is typically directional. Looks a bit of range there. Go try and save the Pioneers from sitting up here. Ostrom coming the flank here. Trying to get close to that Pioneer squad. There you go. Makes run for it. Note he first ran once he sees the Lieutenant's dead because the Thompson definitely increased the chance of getting a wipe there on the Pioneers. But still tries to make a run. Attempt to at it. Oh! And the Pioneers survive. Had the Lieutenant not died, he probably would have retreated, but I still lost in there. So got more troops bringing in there. Need to retreat here. No grenades here for Kimbo. Yep, we got the Stuart light tank out. MD42 they're being hammered here. More riflemen in. Here's some brutal, fierce fighting here. Hand-to-hand combat as much as the game can show it because, you know, melee would be a hell of a mess to deal with. In many ways. Anyways, 50 caliber setting up here. Stuart charging ahead, trying to get a wipe here, but gets within Panzerfaust ranges. There we go. Doesn't have like to make a nice course, of course. No Panzerfaust. Bit of a mistake there with Tiramisu on several levels. Stuart actually almost gets wiped in the Ostrom again. Lots of near wipes here from Kimbo, but sadly no actual wipes. Very fortunate for Tiramisu though that Kimbo's only getting near wipes and no actual wipes. Kimbo flying up in an ambulance. Very good for him. Certainly going to be bit tiresome there for Tiramisu. We got a bunker up there as well, by the way. Almost getting a wipe here again. Almost a near wipe. Close, but once more, no cigar. Northern fuel point claimed now by Tiramisu. And the 17th also moving up. They finally got the Panzerfaust ready there. Shot fired. No Panzerfaust yet. There we go. Panzerfaust all taking a lot of damage. Getting spread with the 5th caliber. Finally got a damaged engine next to a light tank. We also got a pack falling away there for Tiramisu and the 17th. 5th caliber setting up here, but I think at this range for the flamethrowers there, it could backfire on him. Let's see with the MD42 suppressing as well there. Possibly a miscall there by Kimbo. Puts his luck a bit too far here. Or perhaps just slightly frustrated by all the near wipes, and then he ends up actually getting his stuff wiped. Great there for Tiramisu. Less great for Kimbo. We got the 2 falling up as well. Need to get the Stuart light tank out there. We got 12 kills on it. I mean, that Stuart has really done a lot of work. Obviously, it's Ostrom, so, you know, that'll be deducted after the battle once medals are accounted for. Sergeant Joe Fury for killing a bunch of Ostrom, which only count for half, and some other Germans. You get here the, what's we calling this medal? The Freedom Medal, I think. Only the small one, because again, Ostrom only count for half. Rather than there was the Ostrom north. Rather than there being pushed back. Stuart being fixed up here. Very good work there, hiding up there. We got 2 moving in as well. They might want to do the emergency repairs instead of going for full repairs here. 2 moving in there. Here's something from the north. Mines was in hand in case Tiramisu has been laying down mines, which he hasn't. Kimbo reinforced there. We got BARs up for Kimbo. Very good there. So increasing the firepower significantly as men and significantly decreases the average lifespan of an Ostrom near them. Going for the 2 trying to wake up there, but needs to be careful of those Panzerfausts. Big push in the north here. Right from the turning in the BARs in hand. The Browning automatic rifle. Back here, troops reinforcing healing. We'll have to see what Tiramisu goes for next. And there you go, just absolutely shredding. Here's a volley of lead, just advances on his own. Back here, reinforcement thing going on there for Kimbo. We'll obviously see what he goes for next. Maybe more Stuarts. I mean, that'd be an interesting move, obviously rather risky, but it could be an interesting one. Meanwhile, Tiramisu taking up the pushing for armor. Eventually, obviously, he doesn't have the resource yet for it, but it still doesn't hurt to have it all ready. So as soon as he has the resource, he can just press that button and get out those Panzers. Versus Kimbo here. Empty there, route it. Looks to be in the 50 caliber there, man, by a few Ostrom. Rifleman up here, still light tanking up as well. 13 kills, first of 22. Shot fire, missed. Panzer did not miss. Stuart missed again. That's pretty unlucky there for Kimbo. Pretty unlucky, of course. He still has a Vecchi 2 Stuart light tank, so it's obviously not all bad. But he needs to get that to safety before the pack appears and punches very large holes in the Stuart. There you go. He's just repairing and not conducting critical repairs. That's interesting. Bit risky, to be honest. Like one good raid here, could you kill the crew? In which case, the Stuart could end up in German hands, which I don't think is quite within Kimbo's calculations. Rather than being pushed back, still managed to fix up the Stuart here. Very, very close to the front line. Got very lucky on that account there. Got very lucky. I suppose that sort of makes up for the units he almost wiped, in a sense. But not quite, since there's a different kind of lucky. Nexus team with the reasons up close. Pushing them back there with its autocannon coach and machine guns. Do it there. Continue to fire with the Pioneers rather than being scorched out. Need to retreat those soon. Would be a bit uncomfortable for him to lose another unit. Noting with Airborne, of course, he gets Pathfinders, 50 cals, paratroopers, anti-tank guns, and of course the P-47 rocket strafe. A paratrooper squad here could be a consideration. With the light machines of the Thompsons, they could actually give Tiramisu's infantry support a very, very rough time. Particularly, I think the Thompsons paratroopers could really just tear through Tiramisu's infantry like, I don't know, cholera tears through 17th century London. Light tank damage being pushed, knocked out here. Paratrooper squad on the way there for Kimbo, very good. Lieutenant holding up here in the building up north. I think he wanted to use the Lieutenant more aggressively, since again, Thompson, and use the regular unit wanted here, maybe get a machine gun up there. Feel like the Lieutenant is a slight waste there by Kimbo. Risking the Stuart here. Probably, of course, yes, Lieutenant to spot a hound, they probably wouldn't have charged it in there blindly. Very close to the aircraft of the Stuart, though, and we got the paratroopers out. Oh, I think they hit some trees. The squirrels took them. My God, Sergeant, the squirrels. They got my legs. They got my legs, Sergeant. Please, end me now. I don't want to be taken prisoner by the squirrels. I've heard the stories of what they do to men. Please, Sarge, please. I'm sorry, Jimmy. I'm a terrible sergeant, but at least I can do this for you. Pew. Anyways, back to the fighting here. Bit of skirmishing there. In the south, rifleman again here for the southern fuel point. 2-2 by the way, with a heavily damaged engine somehow trying to propel itself through sheer force of will more than the actual engine working. Got the point here. I'm going to say for the Oscar, without a grenade, they have absolutely no chance in hell as the rifleman. Even with a grenade, it'd be very limited. Whereas they're going for the center victory point. Parents are being reinforced. We'll have to see what it goes for. I mean, again, my recommendation with the Thompson, but then again, I always recommend them. Brown machine, of course, aren't bad, but the Thompson just allow some really powerful flanks and just the ability to really stretch some Ostrom. Brown there's the Ostrom, do a light team against the Ostrom there. Almost ace-level on the American light tank. MG42 then, I'll bring them the up his rounds, thumbs out the Tiramisu for using that ability. Bit of an overlook one. Worth noting that so far Tiramisu has only used the Ostrom. I don't think we've seen anything else out of it. No Stoogies and no bunkers or sandbags or tank traps or anything like that. Not even trench. Fighting here around the northern side. Could also go for... We got a flank going on here though. Looks like no Thompson's there, so he might be planning for the brown light machine guns. Panzer on the way there for Tiramisu and the 17th. Very good. Very good. Pads on the fire here. Panzer slowing in the way. Pads are being hammered. Shot to bits. Push back here under heavy fire there, and Tiramisu is proving to be, of course, a furious opponent. Holding up his opponent quite well. Heavy and furious fighting up in the east side here. Tiramisu finding something being pushed back here as Kimbo launches an unrelenting assault. Undeterred by the casualties called for the squirrels or by the Germans, he pushes onwards. Stuart, a racing hit, need to be careful though. Taking a lot of hits to the rear there from the 2-2. There we go, the stun rounds here. They do less damage, so he's not able to knock down a lot of the 2-2. And there you go. Can he get away there? Got to 2-2. And the 2-2 does block the line of sight here of the Pack 40 sufficiently long enough to get the Stuart out. And there you go, the Pack gets wiped out. The pack gets wiped out. Oh dear, Lieutenant, though, especially the 5th Cavalry Riflemen up here. But now the Panzer IV is ready here for Tiramisu and the German army. Can he get away with the pack? No, he does not. Tiramisu valiantly clears it out. There's the Panzer IV now leads ahead. And Kimbo has no way of stopping. Guys, go on there. Just get it Sherman on the way. That's very good. They're great for Kimbo. But he's forced to fall back. The Riflemen are all in a pole position. And there's a good chance here that Tiramisu's Panzer IV could wipe on retreat. And holy smokes, there we go. First wipe on Kimbo's Riflemen. And for now, at least. Obviously, in this sequence of events, he also lost one squad. There you go. Could he get another wipe here on Kimbo? Could we see another Rifle squad perish under withering and never-ending German fire and invectives? Close. There. Looks like it. The machine gun might just be the trick here. Yeah, we go. That's 2 Rifle squads gone with BARs, veterancy, and everything. Bazooka team's outfit rushing up there. Going for the Stewart. There we go. Bazooka's punching away at the sidearm of the Panzer IV. Panzer IV misses the Stewart. And there you go. Pushed back. Brutal losses, though, here for Kimbo. 2 entire Rifle squads just annihilated. He might have gotten us some squad and gotten the 2-2, but I don't think that's quite worth 2 Rifle squads. That is a huge blow there, and that's going to give Tiramisu a lot more breathing space here versus Kimbo, who still hasn't upgraded the parachute. In fact, he can't upgrade them. That's going to the BRs of Bazookas had to hand out to the reactions. So he doesn't have the munitions for upgrading them now. They're still good, but obviously they would really benefit from some extra weapons here. You can see the Ostrom definitely to stand no chance against the M1 carbines there. MG42 they're hammering away. 5 kills, virtually 2. Sherman charging ahead there. High explosive rounds. Will Tiramisu be ready for this armored onslaught? Shot fired, missed. We got T4 on the way. He's going to go for Teddy Panzer Corps now. I mean, I suppose the option is just going for it for the light machine guns of the Ostrom. I'm seeing too many players go for actually try and make use of the heavy Panzer Corps now. We'll have to see, of course, what ends up with Tiramisu. Sorry about that. Not entirely sure when it just all tapped out on me for some reason. So if there's any disruption, I do apologise. Panzer IV being fixed up. And we got an entertainment on the way here for Kimbo being airdropped in to help deal with German armour. Not bad. Not bad at all. 50 cal on the way there as well. Still short on resources. He can't airdrop it in. Fact is, just build it. Up in the Panzer there. Decent hit. Good idea to get some. Panzer is since you can't need something to support your tanks on the attack. It's a good move there by Tiramisu. Almost got the majors. Sherman spans just to show off the Panzer IV's firing high explosive shells and not armor piercing, which obviously a lot less great versus tanks. Need to get the paratroopers out of there. Up north's got the Steward moving in here, pressuring the north flank there of Tiramisu. Very good work there. Almost got the paratroopers caught with the Panzer IV though. And a damaged engine in the Steward line taking up north. Not able to finish it off with the Panzer IV. Telemann's going down here. Sherman in hot pursuit. Oh dear. He's going for the Panzer IV with the Sherman. If he gets upon his way, he might be able to bait the Sherman into Telemann and finish off the Sherman. Turn the tables on Kimbo again. Oh my, good rear hit there. Looks like he's trying to bait him into the Telemann, and Kimbo takes the bait, hook, line, and sinker. The Sherman is in deep motor oil. If the Panzer IV could get a penetrating hit. Holy shit, Kimbo's luck is holding out, and there you go. Panzer IV takes out the Sherman, but that's surprisingly close considering it hit a Telemine. In the center of 5th caliber dealing with the 5th caliber. Sherman on the way there for Kimbo. Again, hopefully a bit more careful with the other one. Needs to crew that anti-tanking up as well though while he's at it. I was going to be a bit silly to call it in then to use it. Or has he actually accidentally called in such a way his peripheral vision doesn't pick up on it? That would also be a bit awkward. Always Sherman on the way there, Stood heading northwards. We got 430 versus 315. Need to fix up the Panzer IV. In the south, we get a small assault here by Tiramisu. Lieutenant holding up in the building. Again, being used primarily for defensive purposes. 18 kills, though. Panzer there being hammered. Steward here going for the Panzer IV. Trying to take it out here, but right in front of Pack 40. I feel like that's a fool down here for Kimbo, but Kimbo was actually surprisingly close to pull it off. Surprisingly close. Had that perhaps been a bit better time with the Bazooka team there. Also going for the flank. Maybe could have pulled it off here, but in the end, he did not. In the end, he did not. Sherman on the way there. Paratroopers there, more or less reinforced. 1 man to go. Awesome rounded here by the 5th caliber. 2nd Sherman. So far, no sign of any further construction here from Tiramisu. Panzer being fixed up. Awesome equipped there with the MG42. Awesome ground the southern point. He's Sherman moving in. High close rounds loaded. Shoots and misses. Almost got the Ostrom there with the Sherman. Almost got it. Close to wiping it out, but once more, full wipes evade Kimbo's grasp. Another shot there. Will he finally score a wipe here, or will it once more evade him? And once more, no wipe. Once more, no wipe. Panzer IV sending out here. Bazooka team, the ready to engage the Panzer IV. But either miss or fail to penetrate. That's bad luck there for Kimbo. With breakneck pursuing the Pack 40 there in hot pursuit. Can he wipe it? Can he steal it? Can he turn against Tiramisu? Who knows? 2nd Panzer IV there. Certainly looks like Tiramisu just went for the Tier 4 simply for the light machine for the Ostrom. And simply not even bothering to build the heavy Panzer core. Even for the other bonuses give, which probably says all about how much in the end it really matters. When again, what some players just going to ultimately go for is just again the light machine guns like they did before, and you know, none of it's the rest of it. Got hit by the Sherman and the Panzer IV. 2nd Panzer IV out, and now Tiramisu does have a notable advantage numerically over Kimbo. Kimbo still hasn't crewed the anti-tank gun. Great hit for the Panzer IV, the Sherman. Shot bounced. Oh dear. Another penetrating hit there. Starting to look a bit bad here for Kimbo's Sherman. Well, this Sherman is... Oh, backs off and decides not to push anymore. Possibly saves Kimbo's Sherman there. Lieutenant versus the Ostrom. He's dealing with them. We got 23 kills. Can soon go for another Sherman here versus Tiramisu. Could continue going for Jackson's. Looks like the Panzer is going to try and raid Kimbo's base. Sherman being repaired close there again. He simply doesn't care. And Tiramisu's raiding the base because he thinks he'd repaired the Sherman inside of it. Kimbo, of course, here playing 3D chess by not doing what you'd normally do. And it's going straight for the Panzer IV. Panzer IV misses the Sherman though. In the south, the heavy fire between the paratroopers still haven't. Oh, he's finally getting upgraded. He's going for the light machine guns again. Not a bad upgrade. I mean, it's very potent. I just think Thompson's will be much better than just quickly getting some wipes here. Tiramisu going for another Panzer squad. The other one got wiped out here. Basically, 2 on the paratroopers very good. Need to retreat them before they get wiped out themselves. Would be a better ways to lose the paratroopers and the upgrades that fast. And we got sector artillery rebel here. Also worth noting, I don't think he's at all uses doctrine. Besides, again, the Ostrom. Like, he just... When defensive has the defensive, apparently just for the Ostrom. Not even quick. We just go for Ostrom doctrine for that, to be honest. Anyways, Telemine's down here by the southern fuel point. Might get spotted there. 2nd Sherman on the way there for Kimbo. Ostrom putting up a brave defense here for the German army against the advancing rifle. Lieutenant 5th Can. The Shermans are barging in. Anti-tank also fine, ready, finally crewed here as Kimbo remembers. He called it in. Telemine goes off on the Sherman. Another beautiful Telemine here for Tiramisu. If the aim of us a mine that's beautiful, it would probably be the Telemine. Panzer then engaging the 50 caliber up close. Almost getting wiped, but taking heavy fire there. I think he should have waited a bit more for more support to arrive before rushing those in there. I think it would have a bit more impact with that. Panzer IVs though roaming forwards here. Need to be careful though with the anti-tank nearby. The M1 is quite potent due to its high rate of fire. Plus the 2nd Sherman is here though. Could give Tiramisu a bit of a bad headache here. There we go, going for the Panzer flank here possibly. But now without sufficient support might be trouble. There goes Sherman, blocks the pathing of the Panzer IV. Almost taken out there. He's even popping it. The armor piercing discount time round. We've got Panzer IV there, gaining eventually 2 other Sherman moving up there. Bazooka find the rear of the Panzer IV. Only one Panzer IV can even find. There go both Panzer IV's guns are out. Oh, Scheiße. Tiramisu might just have extended. There go both Panzer IVs are down. A huge, huge tactical blunder. Tiramisu just went from being ahead to being behind. He even lost his MG42. This could very well be the opening there that Kimbo needs to basically just break Tiramisu's jaw and stuff his jackboot right up where the sun doesn't shine. And I'm not talking about Finland. Up north, a machine covering up. There's Sturmgeschütz in the way that Tiramisu knows when the going gets tough. The tough call in the Stoogs. Kimbo racing ahead with a Sherman. Is he looking to perhaps exploit an opening here versus Tiramisu? Is he ready for a Stoog with a single Sherman? What will happen? Who knows? Sherman heading north for Sir 50 caliber almost done. He's going to race into the base. He's going to race into it. But he does not know what's coming. He does not know what Tiramisu height. And there goes the Stoog. Oh, good hit then there on Panzerfaust. Kimbo there punished for being a bit too eager without full plan. They're racing in a single Sherman. Giving here Tiramisu a chance to slightly compensate for his previous sins. I mean, this got pretty ugly there for Kimbo. But oh, no. The Sherman got abandoned right next to Tiramisu's face. Double punished. And this is kind of also why mechanic exists, because it just creates more of these ways to just punish if he does do silly stuff like that. So there you go. And he's about to lose the second Sherman as well there. Double whammy. Holy smokes. Kimbo just got spanked. And that one got abandoned as well. Statistically, that is ridiculous. Tiramisu finished that one up north. He's able to push back with the Panzers flanking. He's fixing up the Sherman there. We got paratroopers inbound from Kimbo. More paratroopers, more screaming eagles. Hopefully this time, safely called in away from the squirrels. Or not. He's going for a creep drop right next to the Sherman. Operation Panzer drop. In the end, it's only his pants. There's the drop. As he gets hammered by the Sherman as Tiramisu quick to recruit there. I mean, I like the idea of trying to, like, pull off some sort of heist and, steal the anti-tank and repair it right under Tiramisu's nose. But I think he forgot about the possibility he could just recruit and then repair it. And then it's up losing the paratroops. I mean, again, it's a really cool idea. It's just, I think there are a bit too many ifs, and most of them involved Tiramisu just, not crewing the tank. Rich levels the Sherman, push back here, so now Tiramisu is the one with the Sherman, and Kimbo has no Shermans on field. Plus he's got a Stoog. Still, Kimbo's not out of the fight. He still has paratrooper squads, he still has infantry with BARs, and Tiramisu's force is still primarily made up of Osttruppen, but I mean, whatever hope that Kimbo had just kind of went down the drain. And suddenly, pushed the situation back in Tiramisu's favour. I mean, if Tiramisu made quite a blunder there, then Kimbo will make quite a few blunders following. Sherman sending out there for Tiramisu. 3 kills. Engaging the machine gun inside the building. Forcing it to retreat. Good hit there, ish. Awesome himself was there, packed up with the Panzer gunner dealer. Right, noting up there, determining forward till we got 29 kills.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
Stoog sitting out there, half 8-52 mark. Well, consider adding some Pinmont machine suit once he has the munitions. We got mines up here, good work there by Tiramisu. I mean, they've been paying off so far, so why wouldn't more? In fact, he's just throwing them down all over the place now. Machine there coming at the southern reactive point. Nice setup there by Kimbo. Could have worked to support troops better on the offensive. Anti-tank moving up here, engaging the Crouch Sherman, the German Sherman. Good hit there. This will be moving up as well there. Nice few hits on it. Paired with 14 kills, close to 23. Need to be careful. Sherman moving about here. 5 kills so far. Stoog good to go. No pin-up being added. Rifle on the fire here. We got another Panzer on the way there for Tiramisu. Jackson away there for Kimbo. Oh! Almost got a full wipe there with the combined mount of the Sherman and the Panzer gun. The machine in the south there, getting out of there as it realizes it's got no way of dealing with a tank.
Capture point is being overrun. Be ready for counterattack.
And there you go, forcing retreat here. Kimbo forced to fall back in the face of Tiramisu's renewed assault. Jackson tanks are halfway down there for Kimbo. And freedom. Another Panther 4 right about done. Sherman falling back here for repairs. And there you go, Panther 4 ready. Paratroop towards the center, get 419 to 154. Entertaining number 2 on the way there for Kimbo. Freedom, Democracy, the second armored. Also, Panther 4 moving in, they need to head a pin map into that one. And of course to the Stu, but there you go. Nice shot there. The paratroops doesn't quite hit. They're entertaining here by opening up in the Panther 4. Ostrom holding up here, 20 kills. That's actually kind of impressive for Ostrom. Fun fact, they actually had specific medals for the Ostrom awards, more specifically. So I don't think they wanted to waste metal on the Ostrom's medals, but they actually had awards for them. Fun fact, anyway, Sherman almost done there for Kimbo. There you go. So he countered the Jackson for another Sherman. I mean, I understand the logic there. Got the Sherman about to raid Kimbo's base. Oh, some Panzer holding up, not a 50 cal, actually, not the Panzer coming for some reason. My brain read there's 50 cal. There you go, Sherman moves in there. Blows apart the ambulance. Another ambulance on the way there for Kimbo. Sherman in, began to take it ready. Hasn't crewed the other one again. Strange. Down the northern points here, pushing centerwards again. We got 2 victim under control there for Kimbo and Freedom, Democracy. Panther 4 ready again. Stuke Sherman good to go. He could actually consider throwing a smoke down there, charged in, and maybe 0-1 Kimbo's positions here. Sherman hammering away here. Ambulance almost down there for Kimbo, and there we go. Good to go. 6 kills there on Tiramisu's German Sherman. Flanking the 50 cal, but anti-tank, and they also the machine gun caught off guard. Panther forming up here, Pill machine's hosing away there. Pack Stuke moving up there, almost losing the Sherman here. Anti-tank gun down. Flick down the rear slants, there you go, almost wiped them. Sherman there, bounces a shot, Rearson's about to get wiped out. Stuke gets a good hit on the Sherman. Gets a good hit. Stuke takes another hit there from the Sherman. Another hit, and we got lets you turn the stump. You should say, as from Gee, smoke off here from Kimbo as he tries to salvage his remaining tank. Meanwhile, machine being dealt with by the 50 cal there, manned by Ostrom, and of course the Panther 4 here. We got bazookas began to take the shot all over the place. Stuke about to get hit by an anti-tank rocket by the rifleman, damaging its engine, leaving it slightly less mobile. Everyone there crewed by Tiramisu's Ostrom. Rifle being hammered out in there with the Panther 4. And 50 coming up there. Rifle there being hosed out in the open. M1 opening up the Panther 4. 388 versus 144. Another Sherman away there for Kimbo. 2 tanks. Also looking pretty bleak here for Kimbo. Looking pretty bleak. And grabbing the machine gun back here with the Ostrom. Good work there by Tiramisu. Up north there, Lieutenant sitting out again. 38 kills. 38. A real hero. If it was German, he'd obviously be a war criminal. But as American, killing ethnic non-minorities, you know, is A-okay. And it's about to get wiped out there. Annihilated. 12 kills there. Being able to cut by the Panzer as well. Second Sherman almost done there for Kimbo. Engaging in the anti-tank gun. Almost got the second Sherman ready there. Moving in here already though. Panther 4 nearby, 2 crossmen to support here. More Panther 4s almost done there for Tiramisu, and there goes Sherman versus Sherman. It's Sherman on Sherman action. Sherman bounces off the Sherman. Panther 4 moves in to make things a bit more, besides me just saying Sherman and Sherman. Sherman bounces off the Sherman. Sherman penetrates the Sherman. 2 Sherman versus the Sherman. Panther 4 gets the Sherman. Other Sherman knocked out by the Sherman as well. 2 Shermans on fire. Now it's just 1 Panther 4 and the Stuke versus the Sherman. Less confusing now when I say Sherman. Stuke takes a hit from the M1 to tank link moving up there. Sherman moving up here through the walls. Panzer there charging forward. Stuke takes a damaged engine. Panzer there being suppressed. COH2 being murdered out. Panther 4 could go for the Sherman. Got smoking down from the Sherman. Do we need tail mines here? No, we do not. Things are falling apart. His Kimbo's assault is turning into a mess. Panther going for the Sherman. There you go. Blitzkrieg main gun up. Bang grenade on the anti-tank gun. Almost gets it, but no. Still odds here for Kimbo, looking pretty bleak. And there you go. It is game over. GG here. A loss for America. A victory for the German army. A victory for the Ostrom. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. I've learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on, tell friends, tell family, but don't tell enemies. This is Pro Links and cheers. Thank you for watching. I've told tomorrow again for another episode. Bye.